Take long on comments, and we'll leave some time for questions. First of all, I'm very grateful for Secretary Duncan for coming. As you can imagine, his schedule is incredibly jammed. We wanted to set up an environment to have an honest conversation about real issues facing us, and I feel like we had that in Tennessee. We had that this morning. In Tennessee, we are really committed to closing those achievement gaps that Commissioner Huffman talked about between white students and students of color, between the income levels. We know that to move the needle in education, we have to address those issues. I really want to be a part of any conversation in Tennessee that starts and ends with how do we help children learn more. One of the many things that I appreciate about Secretary Duncan is he has that exact same approach. So with that, I will turn it over to any comments that Arnie wants to make.
I'll be quick as well and take your questions. I'm thrilled to be here in Tennessee. I just want to thank the governor for his tremendous leadership and courage. I want to thank him for finding and hiring Kevin, and Kevin's building a great team around him. And as you guys know, our investment in Race to the Top here in the state was exactly that. It was an investment. We believe in the leadership, we believe in the courage, we believe in the capacity of the team here to make a huge difference in students' lives. And I came here hopeful and excited, and I'll probably leave here at the end of the day more hopeful and more excited. This work is tough, it is challenging, nothing is easy about it. There's a reason why these gaps haven't closed, there's a reason why education's been so slow to improve. But I am very hopeful Tennessee could possibly become the fastest improving state in the country. And if Tennessee can do that, the implications not just for the children here, but for the nation are profound. I just want to be a good partner. The action's always going to be here at the local level. We want to listen, we want to learn, and do whatever we can to support the leadership and courage here. But it was a fantastic morning, and couldn't be more proud of the hard work and the collective effort that I'm seeing here in the state. Thank you.
Okay, we're willing to take questions, I guess, from anyone, and Kevin or Secretary Duncan, I will be glad to answer.
What concerns are there about strings being attached to the NCLB waivers?
You do that, and then I'll come.
Yeah, so I think both the governor and Kevin expressed, they don't want a lot of strings, and I fundamentally agree with that. And so we're still working through what the final waiver package will look like. But there are just a couple things that we think are really important. We think it's important that states have high standards. We're not going to play ball with a state that's reducing standards or dumbing down standards. I have no interest in doing that. We want to work with states that are doing interesting things around teacher and principal evaluation and effectiveness. I think Tennessee's doing a great job there. We want to work with states that are really willing to take on these tough achievement gaps and take on low-performing schools. And so those are the broad parameters. We haven't finalized the package. We'll finalize it probably the next month or so. And we'll partner with states to get this done as quickly as we can. And I have every reason to be hopeful about Tennessee's submission.
I think from the state standpoint, it'd be this. We believe, just like the Secretary said, in high standards. We believe in having accurate and real data in how you're measuring yourself. I think Tennessee's taking big steps along that way. And then, quite frankly, we think states should be left to work out the details of that themselves. And obviously, there's a little, as Arnie's department works through all that with a lot of states, not just us, they have to think about ramifications. We feel very strongly that if we'll show that commitment to high standards, we should be left to make those decisions ourselves.
Will there be any funding differences if a state's not involved in No Child Left Behind? Will that cost us money here in Tennessee?
It won't. What I said from day one is that fixing the law didn't cost a nickel. And so I desperately wanted Congress to fix the law. That didn't happen. Us putting together this waiver package doesn't cost us a nickel, doesn't cost the states a nickel. So it's not funding, no funding implications. The implications are we have a law right now that's impeding a lot of the progress and courage and good work we're seeing around the country. We have to get better, faster than we ever have, and we can't have a law on the books, a law of the land, be something with so many perverse incentives, and that's why we're moving full steam ahead now on this waiver package.
What's wrong with the law?
That's another hour, but let me give you a couple. Well, let me say first what's right about it. What's right about it was a focus on achievement gaps and a focus on disaggregating data. And we are never going to walk away from that. And I think as a country, historically, we like to sweep those tough conversations under the rug. And we're never going to go back, I hope, to those bad old days. That's what they got right. What they got wrong is the law was very, very punitive. There were about 50 ways to fail. And the only reward for success was you weren't labeled a failure. I just think there's something fundamentally wrong about that. I'm all about great teachers, great schools, great districts, great principals, great states. How do we celebrate and reward excellence? The law was very prescriptive, very top-down from Washington. I think that's wrong. the law led to a dumbing down of standards. Many states reduced standards to make themselves look good on the test. And again, we want to go in the opposite direction. And the law led to a narrowing of the curriculum. And so we have to reverse all those things. We think there's a series of common sense fixes there. And we want to get that done, as fast as we can.
Do you have any doubt that you have the power to step in on the law?
Oh, I have no doubt whatsoever. And Secretary Spellings exercised waiver authority prior to me, did a great job with it. And we're exercising the same authority that Secretary Spellings had.
Mr. Secretary, do you expect most states to apply for waivers, and will the proficiency standards be postponed down the road or just totally done away with?
My hope is the vast majority of states will apply. And we'll see. And again, we'll have a very high bar, and just because they apply doesn't mean we'll approve everyone. But over the past 3 or 4 days, I've probably talked to 35, 40 governors, and I've yet to talk to a governor who's happy with the current law and wasn't interested in some movement. So, I anticipate a lot of interest in this as we move forward. I also want to be very clear that I think whatever we do will hopefully just be a bridge or transition to ultimately Congress fixing the law for the country. And that's the ultimate goal. This in no way impedes their progress or slows them down. In fact, it might actually accelerate that. And again, I think what this state did, just I've used this example around the country, not just because I'm here, but my numbers might not be exact, but Tennessee, like many states, historically lowered the bar. We're saying that 91% of students were proficient in math. Tennessee raised the bar and went from 91% to like 34%. And that's tough medicine, but guess what? It's the truth. And we want to reward a lot more states that are willing to tell the truth. When they raise the bar, I think those achievement gaps we knew about, those achievement gaps actually doubled because you saw the real disparities there. And that honesty, frankly, that brutal honesty, we need a lot more of that in this country, and that's what we're going to continue to reward.